Hi, this is Calvin Cox. It is March 14, 2013. It's Thursday evening at 6:58 p.m. And let me double check on my little calendar. I love making my own calendars. They're really cool. I've been doing it for years. And yes, it's the 14th is a Thursday. Thank you. And I had my calendars made all the way into 2015 already. But what I wanted to talk about a few days ago, well, it would have been 4 days ago, at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday, I did a talk. I had to do it Sunday at like a little after 1 o'clock in the afternoon because the sun was out. And I was doing a talk on how you gather rainwater in this like 10-foot radius area. You catch the rainwater and then you filter it through some fabric, and then you put it in bottles and you store it for up to 14 days. And if it starts to conglomerate little stuff in it, you can filter it again through fabric and keep drinking it. I think for up to 14 days, I think it's the longest I've done it for before I had fresh rainwater or managed to find another water source. Rainwater is important. I needed to film it Sunday because I filmed it outside in the backyard and it was sunny. Normally on Thursdays, all my talks are done late in the evening. So I had to change my schedule to accommodate that one particular talk because it was very important. Drinking rainwater is important because the whole world is basically polluting itself with chemicals, plasticizers that go in plastics to keep them flexible, are altering the sexual nature. You can read about it on the internet. Plasticizers, women's hormones are changing fish in the Potomac River just a few miles from here, down near Washington, D.C., and they're beginning to, male fish are beginning to have female fish eggs within the male fish down in the sexual organs. It's really crazy, the stuff that's happening. And it's happening, I think it's 23 rivers or more around the world where there's a large, people take pharmaceutical chemicals, for health reasons, and then it goes through their body, and these chemicals don't break down, and then they go to the waste treatment plants, which treat the water, and the chemicals still don't break down, and then they pass on out. It's filtered and it's cleaned as best as the water treatment plants can clean the water, and then it's dumped into a river, and then it can flow downstream and then sucked up by another water treatment plant and used in another city and do the whole thing again. Well, where they're finding these problems with fish is near the outflows of these water treatment plants into the rivers. So obviously the concentration these fish are consuming is fairly high, but nonetheless you can see it's having an effect in harming the fish. And so therefore it's reasonable to assume that over a period of time, humans consuming these same things might also have some rather negative effects. The way to get around that is drink rainwater. If these chemicals cannot be broken down in a water treatment plant and a city's water supply has these chemicals in it, then it would be reasonable not to drink city water supply. Use the city water supply for taking a bath, for washing your car, watering the lawn, those types of things. As far as what you ingest, the water you drink, make your coffee with, or cook your food with, use rainwater. It's a good idea. I think last count I had, there was 193 countries around the world, and I'm sure probably at least half to 3/4 of them use rainwater all the time. There's nothing wrong with it. I think it's actually cleaner and would be much more healthy than drinking chemical tainted city water. Anyway, that's a point of great concern of mine. I lived in the woods for many years and always drank rainwater, and I think it was a really good, healthy thing to do on my part. I was thinking about the comment March 5th, that would be, what, 9 days ago, that the leader of North Korea made about North Korea attacking the United States. And I was like, what? You know, that's totally crazy. And then I was thinking, I don't know, how would somebody like that do something? How would North Korea attempt to attack the United States and expect to get away with it? And I thought about this a long time, and I thought now, could a person carry a nuclear device? And the answer probably, yeah, it probably could. You'd probably receive a large dose of radiation, but anyone carrying the device is probably going to be some sort of suicide mission anyway. What would they care? But then I thought, how in the world could you get close enough to Washington, D.C.? And then I thought, you know, a lot of these countries that are small, and they really don't have big budgets per se for their military, and they don't have nuclear-powered submarines, which would be very, very big, but they do have what's called a diesel submarine, or maybe something a little smaller. And a small submarine, I thought about it, that could actually enter the Chesapeake Bay, and it could work its way all the way up the Potomac River. And then I was thinking, yeah, that would be possible. And someone could bring the submarine over to the side, open a hatch, get out, walk or swim the shore, and carry a device over to, you know, downtown D.C. and ignite it. So, I don't know, but it sounds to me it would be reasonable if the President of the United States or somebody, and I'm assuming that the security personnel that run this whole country have thought of such scenarios. I would imagine, I would certainly hope they were smart enough to think of such things, would take some very heavy steel cable that cannot be easily cut and crisscross it, you know, and create a mesh and drape it across the Potomac with some sensors that's a couple of miles downstream from Washington, or at least 1 mile, as a security precaution, and also put some sensors for any underwater movement of large, something that I guess would show up in some sort of underwater sonar. There must be something you could place, you know, at the bottom of the water or whatever that would sense movement. But I was thinking that's the only way I could think of that somebody could possibly do something. And I would certainly hope that people in Washington, D.C. would take adequate precaution to prevent someone from doing something like that. Because as far as I can figure, it's plausible. But I hope nothing like that ever occurs. But anyway, this was the ending of the talk. And I'm going to post the other talk about gathering rainwater on YouTube. Thanks.